For Frank has to be brimming with confidence.
They have to feed off the round from the previous day, Rich. It was a very, very good performance. And we're going to soon find out, see what these opening swings are like.
Frank, this is an approach shot here at the first hole that will get a player's attention.
It will. Very strategically placed bunker that protects that front right of the green, plus the angle of that green. If you're going to take it across that bunker, you better judge that inch perfect.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just...
Frank, I'm sure it feels good to get some red numbers on the card, but this tournament is probably too far out of reach at this point.
Good question.
Frank, the second hole is only 371 yards. What's the challenge here?
The bunkering. This is really well bunkered. You'd expect that for a hole this short. If it's well bunkered, it means that it's vital to get it on the fairway.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
And getting ready for the putt. Did the job right there. Now to the third hole, a par 4, 471 yards. Frank, break this hole down for us.
Well, the trouble appears down that left side with the series of bunkers, but you've got to take into account the trees that are well positioned down the right side. Plus, as you can see, this fairway is not exactly flat.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. On the green in regulation. Birdie putt coming up. Had a bogey on this hole yesterday.
That might go unnoticed, Rich, but that birdie just sneak inside the top 15.
First par 3 of the day. It is the fourth here at PGA West, sitting at just under 200 yards in the card.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Birdie try up next. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today.
Had every chance of going in.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. They'll take it. That's a par. So we played our first par 3, now to the first par 5 on this golf course at PGA West. It is the 535-yard fifth hole. Frank, it appears as though it rewards precision off the tee.
And the bombers, too. You can run out of water at 335 yards. So for the Dustin Johnsons of the world and the Rory McIlroys, that's nearly doable. But if you can't hit it that far, it's quite obvious. You've got to keep it down the right side. And for those people, they put 2 little bunkers there.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
Getting set now over the putt. Moves into the top 10 with that birdie. Well, the architect Pete Dye is known for visual intimidation. We see it at TPC Sawgrass at the Players every year. And you see it right here, Frank, at this 255-yard par 3/6 with water everywhere you look.
Yeah, you could make an argument here that it suits a little bit of a cut, like a Lee Trevino-style fade that starts at the left and moves its way to the green, but then that's also moving back towards the water. Conversely, if you try and fly it over that water on the right side with a little bit of a draw, then the green starts to run out on the left side. Have I made it sound hard?
Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem.
Could use this. A putt for par. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, don't just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, just seemed to baby it.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. Anything you change in your technique when a ball's sitting down a little bit?
Yeah, you put the ball back a little bit further in your stance because you're going to get a bit of grass between the ball and the club face. So you have to allow for that. And keep that club moving. That grass is going to be that grass is going to create a certain amount of resistance.
That's a bogey. Well, Frank, here at the par 5 8th, 559 yards. Looks as though the player's getting a break from the water, but there is some trouble out there.
Yeah, there certainly is bunkering both on the left and the right. Once again, though, par 5s are always an opportunity for the longer hitter. Even if you stray a little off line, then it just becomes a three-shotter like it is for everybody else.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Now the approach shot here on this par 5 8th. Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Finishing out the front nine with a pretty difficult par 4. Again, water down that right side. That was just a beautiful drive. He hit it solid and right in the middle. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie.
It's at sneaky distance.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course. Well read.
Rich Lerner pleased to be alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Back to PGA West, getting set for the back nine and the 10th hole. It's a good-looking hole, Frank, at 416 yards.
It certainly gets your attention, just the visual there. This is one of those holes, if you've got a caddy, you say, oh, what's that carry over the bunker on that left side where the water is? He'll tell you it's like 240 yards, and then you say, well, what's it to the bunkers on the right? Well, to get past those ones on that right side, you're in the vicinity of 300 yards. This is a hole that, you'll scratch your head.
This is a good-looking shot. Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace, it's hard to be critical of that.
These putts keep the round together.
Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law. Rich, you got to tell me what happened. I covered my eyes on that one.
Another bogey. What else? Well, we've arrived at our third par 5 of the day here at PGA West. It is the 11th. It is nicknamed, appropriately, Eternity. 617 yards. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up? It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is. Like cyber vision, shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in.
This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, and trying for another one today.
All things pointed to a good week. Birdie there, very important right now.
Playing some good golf.
Frank, now another clever, small par 4, only 363 yards here at the 12th.
Couple of different options here, Rich. You can lay it up just short of where that nose of the bunker starts to poke out on the right side of the fairway. Then you're going to be left with something in sort of 140 to the flag. Or if you want to get a little sort of greedy, you start to sneak it up there where it gets narrow. It's shorter, but it requires a better shot.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Well, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
Has his par. Now teeing off here at the par 3, 13th. Well, this one should be safely on deck here.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
That's all he wanted to do there.
Yeah, it's touch. And when you think from that distance, chances of making are almost none. So to guarantee a 2-putt, well done.
Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Frank, what's the best way to make 3 here at this 389-yard par 4 14th?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's 2 definitive options, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. There's one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play until you finish the hole.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole.
Moving into this second shot here at hole number 14.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Frank, that birdie will help the cause. Frank, if a player needs to make a big move at the close of the round, how could they get at this hole location and make a birdie? They call this turning home.
Yeah, I think that's where you have to be a little more aggressive off the tee shot. A drive of 280 yards can certainly take those 2 bunkers down the left out of play. There is one in the distance down there, 350 yards, so even the longest hitters can still hit driver down there. You imagine pumping one down there sort of 340 yards. Now you turn a long hole into a drive and wedge. That's how you get aggressive.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. In the greenside bunker here, Frank. Nice to go to the beach, but not too often, we hope. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up.
Frank, you always talk about it. Don't compound the mistakes. And it is in.
Amazing. Amazing.
Now the par 5 16th, dog leg, and it's at 600 yards, so a little bit of an advantage to the big bomber, Frank.
Yeah, they can almost take a big chunk out of this hole by going down the left side. If you can take that bunker out of play, then that's a big hit to get past that. And all of a sudden, shortest point between 2 places is a straight line. You've really reduced this hole into something closer to 570 yards. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
That's an absolute beauty.
Third shot, looking for a good one.
Down, little Sheba. Down. Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Player knows they're on the move with that birdie. Quick glance at the leaderboard. They can see, Frank, they're not out of it.
Things are very volatile right now. Hazard.
Maybe wet. Frank, I hate to go negative, but let's clear a few things up. The penalties when you hit it in the water versus hitting it out of bounds.
Yeah, some people, that's a good question, Rich, because some people think they're almost the same, but when you hit it out of bounds, you're actually losing a stroke and a distance. For example, if I'm teeing off on a par 4 and I hit it out of bounds, I'm penalized a stroke for hitting it out of bounds, and I'm hitting my third shot off the tee. When I hit it into a water hazard, I don't have to lose all of that distance. I can drop the ball up just short of the water hazard. So the distance penalty isn't the same as if it was out of bounds.
So hit the previous shot in the water, took a drop. This now the third shot. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That was a solid strike and a good result. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
just playing excellent golf. 5 under for the tournament. Frank, right where you want to be at the midway point of a tournament.
Yeah, you know your game's solid. The focus is more on the leader and that you can just go out and play. Excellent position to be in.